The Raphael Affair by Iain Pears. Some of the buildings and paintings in this book exist, others do not, and all the characters are imaginary. There is no National Museum in the Borghese Gardens, but there is an Italian art squad in a building in central Rome. However, I have arbitrarily shifted its affiliation from the Carabinieri to the Polizia, to underline that my account bears no relation to the original. To Ruth. Chapter 1. Generale Bottando walked up the staircase covered in stolen works of art slightly before the bell of San Ignazio struck 7 in the morning, as usual. He had turned up in the piazza a good deal earlier, but, as was his habit, had passed 10 minutes in the bar opposite the office drinking 2 espresso coffees and eating a panino filled with fresh ham. The habitués of the bar had greeted him as befitted a regular breakfast customer, a friendly buongiorno, nods of acknowledgement, but no attempt at any more conversation. Waking up in Rome, as in any other city, is a private matter that is best done in quiet solitude. That pleasing early morning ritual over, he crossed the cobblestone piazza and wheezed up the stairs, puffing and blowing heavily before he even finished the first flight. It was not that he was fat, so he reassured himself often. It was years since he'd last needed his military uniform let out. Portly, maybe. Distinguished-looking, he preferred. He should give up cigarettes and coffee and food and take up exercise instead. But what enjoyment would life have to offer then? Besides, he was nearing 60, and it was too late now to start getting in trim. The effort would probably kill him anyway. He stopped for a moment, partly to look at a new picture hanging on the wall, but more for a surreptitious opportunity to get his breath back. A little drawing by Gentileschi, by the look of it. Very handsome. Pity it would have to go back to the rightful owners when all the paperwork was done, the culprit charged, and the documentation sent over to the public prosecutor's office. Still, it was one of the compensations of being the chief of the Italian National Art Theft Squad. On the rare occasions when you did recover something, it was generally worthwhile. "Pretty, isn't it?" a voice said behind him as he peered at the artist's work. Suppressing the last remnants of his breathlessness, he turned round. Flavia di Stefano was one of those wonderful women that Bottando believed only Italy could produce. Either they became wives and mothers, or they worked. And if they worked, they had to strive so hard to stave off guilt feelings about not staying at home that they were twice as good as anyone else. For that reason, 8 of the 10 researchers were women. This, he knew, had caused his department to win an unfortunate nickname in other parts of the service. But at least Bottando's brothel...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?